Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the Dota 2 Championship League. I'm your host, TobiWan, bringing your English live stream for your viewing pleasure. As we go into our last game of tonight, Evil Geniuses going up against a team formerly known as Quantic, now known as Sigma, here in our deciding matchup to see who will take the glory and the points in our first ever third match here in Group A. Let's jump ourselves over into the game. Without any kind of further ado, we bring it up. I'll also let you know how the groups are standing right now. So far, we have ourselves in Group 1 a three-way tie. Now, obviously, only the top three can go through, so that's kind of okay when you look at it, but it's a rough group. We have Sigma, Alliance, Fnatic, VP, as well as Evil Geniuses. If EG can take this win out right now, then they bump Sigma down into a drawn third position, and that'll be with Fnatic, and then number 1 and number 2 will be locked at 1 win and no loss. And that'll be Alliance and EG together. Virtus.pro so far are the team which have got the rough end of all sticks, where they've got 2 losses to their name. If they lose any more, they're basically out of this competition. And the same kind of thing can be said about Group 2 as well. Group 2, you have up at the the top of Group B. Speed Gaming with 3 wins, not a single loss. Mouse Sports sitting there with 1 win and not a single loss. And then Liquid at 1-1. And then Na'Vi and Dignitas are tied for the 4th slot. And they're sitting at 0-2 on the board right now. But at the same time, Na'Vi's first matchups were up against both Liquid as well as Speed, who are the favorites next to Na'Vi in Group 2 to try and advance themselves through. So only 4 games left to play out from Group 2, because that'll be happening over the course of the next couple of weeks. And we still have, after our game today, we have another 6 games to come out from Group Stage A. And then we go into the playoffs. But only the top 6 teams will advance themselves through. If you're number 1, you go straight through into the semifinals, which means you're basically 1 best of 3 and 1 best of 5 away from winning the lion's share of the $50,000 prize pool, which is the lion's share to us. $25,000. 50% of the prize pool goes to the number 1 position. And if you are one of those wonderful people that are sitting inside of Dota TV right now and have a ticket, congratulations. An extra part of what you have spent to pick up your ticket will also be going directly towards the teams. So, well done. Let's go into our game now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, what do we got for our draft? Pugner banned out as the Lich. We're going to go with the same bands again by Fear. He does not want to go up against that kind of pushing style lineup. Naga and Lycan will be taken out this time around. So again, we see the Naga on the sidelines, and rightly so, because you can see what they want to try and slip their way through that pool. And that's going to be both the Visage as well as the Lifestealer. The makings of the perfect aggressive try lane. Your downside right now is the fact that EG already have the Bane picked up as well. So you have Clockwork as well as Bane. 3rd game in a row, EG. They're going to put a lot of confidence in Universe for his 3rd Clockwork. He had a really good Clockwork game. Actually, for both the games, he had a good Clockwork. There's a couple of questionable jump-ins, but that was also just probably a communication thing where you see Fear throw out a fissure and then Clockwork finds itself hook-shotting into the other side of the fissure. It's that moment in the Tier 1 tower on the middle lane that we all remember. Yeah. Never a great thing in the world. We now also see Mirana coming up here from Sigma.
Remaining.
So we get a long-range harassment. We get a way to actually escape out of Clockwork as well. Like if those cogs do come in, you have a way out of the cogs with a leap from the Mirana. Obviously, you probably want to turn yourself in the right direction. That could waste a little bit more of a time. So yeah, Fear. 3rd pickup now. We got Timbersaw and Puck being taken out. I was talking about before, like respect ban up against Fader. Never give him that puck. In this game, I'm actually wondering if he wants to go something a little bit more different. Okay, so Crystal Manning comes out here. I'm actually thinking OD. And the reason why I'm thinking this, I know it's a little bit off, like a little bit harder to synergize with a Visage and a Lifestealer, because you got to look at that jump in time, and you kind of do want to have something like a Queen of Pain in this lineup. But the reason why I say OD is I'm looking at what can stop Bane's ultimate. You've got stuns from Familiars, you've got Mirana with her arrow, and that's basically all you've really got. But if you can imprison up your own player, you stop the Bane ultimate. That's the
5
primary thing
seconds
I'm looking at
remaining.
right now for his mid solo. Obviously, it's also a great mid solo. The problem you're
Reserve
going to have is you're going to have to want to ban out Razor before that point. Yeah. Which they can't really do, because they pick up the OD right now, EG just answers straight back with the Razor. And then you know who MSS will play, and we'll have Razor versus OD in the middle lane. The Razor's already a bit of a problem for them anyway, because you've got Lifestealer on the field. Like, Bay's taking away a little bit of his damage. In fact, I'm surprised my brain didn't connect the two of those dots together a while ago and say, where is our Razor pickup? You got Bane and Crystal Maiden, 100% these two kids are supports. And we're going to go with...
Dire team pick.
Second game Brewmaster. I had him just before I had my 2 days off. And we're going to get a Brewmaster pickup here
Radiant
from
team
Sigma.
ban.
So controlling him, that Bane's got to be working overtime on the Brewmaster. A hero for Fader to play. The one game I actually shoutcast to Brewmaster, I hate to say, guys, it was a loss for the Brewmaster. It didn't transition into what it needed to be fast enough.
Dire
And
team
that was
ban.
played by Sing Sing, by Speed Gaming. That was also here in the championship league. So Jara with one, now going to be one man out. They're looking at the hard carry of EG.
10
With a Troll
seconds
Warlord,
remaining.
Jaro, it's a decent ban. I'm actually wondering if they're
5
just going to go
seconds
all out and try and
remaining.
go for a Weaver here. Just try and evade.
Reserve time.
And then Rubik, the last man out by
Radiant
Fear.
team pick.
So he's still looking at a direct counter up against the Clockwork. There's a couple of really good abilities, especially having that ability to steal Fiend Script. You do it time and time again. In fact, right now, you could have, in fact, not picked up the Broodmaster in the 4th slot and just gone straight in for having a Rubik. But we'll go Abaddon instead. Now,
Dire team pick.
as at this point, I kind of hope, like, it could be a potential for an aggressive tri-lane coming out from Sigma. And I'm talking Visage, Lifesteal, and Abaddon all together, just looking to hunt and be aggressive up in that top lane. At the same time, like, you obviously got to troll up against Brewmaster. You're going to need to pull in a couple of extra consumables. Or you put the Abaddon with the Brewmaster in the mid. And Slaughter. Oh, tell me Fear's going to play that. No, he's playing... I kind of wished he would. And he was back in his #1 role. Because I'll forever remember that highlight from TI2 when Fear was playing up that Slaughter. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. But we'll have Jo playing it this time around. I'm a big Slaughter fan. I'm a big Slaughter fan. Like, if you're ever a fan of Finding Nemo, you're going to be a fan of Slaughter as well. But he's one of these guys that just... He's the epitome of a man. Because you got him, it's like, okay, now I'm going to sprint. And because I'm sprinting, I'm going to take even more damage. But because I'm a man, I accept that fact. And I will start to destroy all who come near me. Yeah.
Prepare for battle.
That's what it's all about, peoples. That's what it's all about. They also reworked him recently. The duration being 20 seconds, additional damage 15%. Now, they... I actually want to load up my changelog over on the side. I haven't had to do this yet today. My memory has remembered everything, but I want to be 100% sure about the Slaughter changes. Wait, they did? I'm sure they changed him. No! Oh! No, that's right, because I was having a bit of a chat. There's actually no changes. No changes. Just... Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't have it all visible. No. Yeah, okay, yeah, there was some changes. I thought there was. The mana cost was removed. That's what was removed. So you can sprint at any point now. It used to be 50. Now the mana cost is removed. And the sprint was increased from 20, 27, 34 to 40% up to 20, 28, 36, 44%. So the gain is higher. And then the last thing you changed was the Amplify Armor Reduction. It was increased, in fact, in the early levels. So at level 1, it's up by 2 points. Level 2 is up by 1 point, and then it's just the same at level 3. But most of the time, you're Slaughter ganking, you're already looking to murder people at level 1. In fact, you're looking to murder people beforehand, because this combination right here, this guy, and... Oh, wait, this woman. In fact, they're both going to walk in the same spot. Yeah, this one, yeah, Ping's got a better for this situation. These two together, Frostbite into Crush, Also, when you follow up with Nova, that's a huge chunk of damage. Not to mention the change in movement speed, because you've got the slow that's going to be coming out. So you get a movement slow of 30%. While Slider, if he really desires it, he won't get it level 1, or level 2, or even level 3. Maybe level 3. But more likely he's looking for the high points up in the bash, and then the high points up in the crush as well. They're the two things he'll be focusing on mainly. But he wants to have the extra
30
sprint.
seconds to battle.
As far as this top lane goes, it is Fader on the Mirana, and because they put Fader on the Mirana, but they haven't showed her in a lane yet. But Fader, normally their mid-solo player, will now be moving up towards the top lane. And I think they just caught a glimpse. Oh, wow, they could wait. If they wait here. If they wait here and wait for Jo and Fox to come back, or are they... I don't know if Jo and Fox saw that. There's an aggressive Observer Ward down right now for Sigma. They want blood. That's all they really want here. Soshka will take the Brewmaster towards the middle lane. Stout Shield's not a full PMS. Remember, he can't get pulled the consumables as easily as he could before. But they're having, down the bottom lane, Miguel solo Lifestealer. So we get Lifestealer up against Universe. Not the best matchup in the world for a Lifestealer once he gets burnt out of his mana. Because Cogs will just do that to you. And Soshka, because now he's like, okay, well, Faye's just doing his really annoying thing where he runs past, throws out an Enfeeble. We'll come down and check for something else. We've got a haste room for pass. With a Grave Chill, they can actually do some decent damage to MSS here. Soshka is going to use it to zone him out. Pass just runs himself away. He can come back in again as well. But Soshka just used the space to try and find some last hits. He got 2 denies out. That's the only thing. But it doesn't really make any kind of difference, the big denies anymore. Like, you go 66% no matter what for the experience, but you ranged or melee. So there's no massive advantage for having melee. And now in the bottom lane, yeah. So you're already burning off a little bit. And you see Miguel, he munches through a tree to actually get his life back again. But it's also for a secondary thing, so he could be far enough away from that secondary cog that was down there. And now Pass comes bottom lane. He doesn't have his level 2, so there's no soul assumption available just yet. But I think he may... there's enough experience for the rest of the creeps in this wave to do it. And with Cogs level 1 from Universe, he doesn't have a battery assault, so he can't come in close and try and pick off Pass either. So keeping our eyes out for this. We go back into our dual lanes now. Started off with the roaming supports, both Fear and Pass showing themselves in the mid. Top lane, you got Abaddon who's up very, very far. Frostbite does very little. In fact, they're already looking all nice arrow. But they don't have the damage here. Fader doesn't have a level in Starfall, but he's going to leap himself away, assuming the crush is going to come out from Jo. Abaddon didn't have a shield to save him, hence the reason why it's just a little bit more defensive and decided to use the leap. Not something you always want to be triggering through. It's 40 mana. Doesn't seem like much when you're only going to pull a 280. It's kind of fair enough. And Jo just using his extra movement speed with the speed, with the sprint.
First blood.
God damn you to hell. MSS actually got a solo. I don't know what Soshka just did to die. I seriously can't actually understand what he just did to die. Because you can slow him down, but then you let off the Thunderclap, and then you slow him down. But the burst damage that comes out from a Troll Warlord is not that huge anymore. Like, he was rescaled for his Whirling Axe. In fact, will you just stop switching? Stop switching! His range. He's going to switch back to melee. Yeah, 125. So it used to be the 200 burst damage at level 2. That's what it used to be. And now he got changed up. There's your battery assault, but Pass got the movement speed on him because of the Grave Chill. Universe does have boots, however, so he does catch back up again to Pass, but Grave Chill's about to come off cooldown again, so probably won't find himself a kill here, or maybe he will with the Cogs to hold him there. Obviously, you can't run from that kind of stuff. And Universe, well, he's got to know there's Soshka coming in. He has no Cogs, but then again, Soshka has no mana. He doesn't have his bottle done just yet. And LOA is going to die on the top lane, leap over, so Faye's at least able to get himself a kill up here and pops the salve off very quickly. The Soshka has no level of control in this middle lane. And now Miguel. Oh, that's a good cogging. Dragging Miguel in close. There's still a brain step available. They didn't want to use the battery assault because they just expect him to rage and open wounds. Top lane, they're going again. Jayo's in the middle of this fight. Looks like he's already got himself a crush over on Fader. So with that extra nuke, which is still there from LOA, they've definitely got that kill. There was nothing that was going to stop that. 2-2 now on the board. Van's just bouncing around for the moment. MSS. Soshka, at least now he does have that bottle of Val, but look at MSS. Just switches to the melee. He's got the movement speed. Goes through the bottle charge. He's got to keep running if he wants to get that last bottle charge off and running. Ah, he's going to be okay. He's even getting the aura coming out from the Crystal Maiden now. So a little bit of extra mana for everybody on the field. Just a little bit. Not a huge amount, but it's enough. Especially when you got a hero like a Bane who's burning through mana on this bottom lane every single time he uses an Enfeeble. So having that support really does help out. So EG, I'm really liking their lineup a lot more, because also remember what's going to happen when Troll Warlord gets his level 6. And then you have Slider roaming around with a big bash. What's he going as a first item? We got Bottle. Bottle coming in for JO. Nightmare. Set up for Universe Cogs. Very similar to the SD combo we were talking about before, and then Battery Assault, damage on the pass is just too much. And Miguel can't help him out. Like, it's not like a CK who has a range Chaos Bolt stun. If he rages up, he walks in, and then the cogs won't affect him, obviously, because they were changed around, so they don't affect the Magic Immune units anymore. Which used to mean why Clockwork was the first pickup every single time. But now Miguel, like, he knows he can't get in close. He's coming up to you with Universe and Fear. It's the same kind of thing. Like, he's going to range that open wounds. Clockwork can just eat his way back out again, but that rage is only level 2, so 4 seconds. By the time Universe destroys a cog, if Miguel wants to come out and try and fight this, he's going to lose a lot of his damage. And even then with the Enfeeble on him, he's already lost a lot of his damage. It's only level 1, but you take away 30 points of that damage, and Universe hits a lot harder than Miguel does. So the man fight-wise, Universe, if he cogs this, there goes your rage. Open wounds as well. Fire the space. Now they got the kill. Rocket, it's a leveled 1. It's not enough. LOA came in at the last moment. They rotated the support off the top lane to change the balance of this bottom lane. If Mad didn't come down just then, Lifestealer was so totally toast. But at the same time now, you got Fader who has to run an off lane by himself. His mage looks like he... Oh, wow, really? Courier, get out of there. Fader will leave himself down. He's able to hit an arrow on the Crystal Maiden, but diving under that with a slider there. Danger zone. Middle lane, at least Brewmaster catching up on the farm, now using his bottle and clap in order to do so. While MSS will still feel himself very, very comfortable about everything. He's got 4 points up in his whirling. And the rest of it will go into Fervor, I'm pretty sure, because we'll see an early Vlad's coming out from him, and then just going into Roshan. That will be my feeling right now. Phase Boots is the first thing. Oh, maybe not. If we're going to go Vlad's, I would have expected something like Strength Treads or something along those lines. But in this case, maybe even see a Shadow Blade. We get double Phase Boots. One's over for the opposite team, though, Miguel. There's that live seal on the bottom. So now he moves very, very fast looking for these kills. Crush from Jo. Just farming on this top lane. That's all it's meant to be right now. Maybe one day he'll finish up his treads and then dream of a Blink Dagger. But his CS at 26-4 is not too shabby for this off lane. Just the fact that Mirana's been able to keep up with it and Fogged. Now he wants to kill on the top lane. But there's a lot of support up here as well. LOA, it's a lead down from Fader into the Starfall. The Crush only affects Fader because he's going to raise up Lifestealer on this top lane. The arrow will fly, but JR runs down, so they lose across the Maiden here. But at the same time, you see that commitment. We're switching at the lanes, which means Fader now wants to go for a roam. Fader will come into this middle lane, and Soshka will head down up against Universe in the bottom lane. Because he knows with the level 6, he can easily escape out from Universe. In fact, he can even be a little bit more aggressive up against him too. And TP middle lane, LOA comes in there. Is he just looking for levels? It could just be him looking for levels. Which means Mirana, who's still up very, very close to that Lifestealer, wants to be slightly concerned. And the Brewmaster coming back to mid. JO, looks like he's already managed to crush up Miguel, who's got Rage available. But just don't have the damage to bring down JO. Now for the clap. Split. Wondering if it's actually worth it for him. I think he was hoping to see that Crystal Maiden throw out a Frostbite before he did the split. Diving into the tower is no problem, especially when the Earth Ruling pops out first this time. Kind of actually want to watch that ultimate. Oh, he doesn't have mana! Careful, 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 careful. Buy that space so we can actually use his bottle. It's a hefty mana cost of 125 when your clamp also costs 150. So 275 required to use both your clap as well as using your ultimate. And you've got a mana pool of 325. Do the math on that one. One clap and you're basically toast. That's why every ability of Brewmaster has to be so, like, on the money. Universe are going to be looking for a kill. Mr. Phase boost for him as well. Looking for that high base damage. But he can't see Pass down here. That's the vision of the dire side right there. So Pass hiding inside the tree line for the moment. And you know, Clockwork knows he's there. One rocket into the tree line and he'll find him. He just needs the angle to do that. And with Jo coming down as well, they'll look for an easy kill. Hook shot in. There's no extra support. In fact, right now, you've in fact got the Radiant side. Matt as well as Miguel searching out the dire side jungle. And they'll realize that no one's there. They're like, where did this Slardar go? The Universe needs to scout it out. He's thrown out a rocket already. But that's going to push out the creep wave. And now Jo shows himself. TP support's on the way in. That's the Abaddon. First one to make his way. And there's a Life Stealer inside of him. They should have a high amount of damage. Clockwork jumps out. They use the Moran ultimate as well. So Universe dies to attack at the tower. And Jayo's going to use his sprint to escape. Fear's also enabled in case anyone's going to be chasing him so he can nightmare up anybody. But again, another quick rotation from Sigma. And coming out on top of that one, Slardar wasted a lot of time looking for that kill. Even if it was just for like, it was for a support here on the bottom lane. And then another support where the carry comes in. And we also have a level 6 up on Pass. So Mr. Familiars already over here, a little bit too late for the ancient stack. And Jay, I'm wondering what he's going to go as his next item. Up against this lineup, I'm wondering if Vanguard is what he's searching for. Or if he just goes straight in for a BKB. BKB for me, I think, would be the wisest choice out of everything that's here. But it's just if he feels he wants the BKB over the Blink Dagger as well. When do you want this initiation timing to come out from EG? Troll Warlord still farming up, but the arrow flies in. The melee creep, or range creep, sorry, takes it for the team. This reveals that the fact that Fate is looking for the opening. Soshka still without a Blink Dagger. And in fact, now without a life. Fiend's grip up. They'll get the right timing as well for the Frostbite. In fact, they don't even need it. Damage being dealt out, the final dose of it being done by that Fiend's grip. And that's why Brewmaster was such an unusual pickup for Sigma to try and go for. Because if the Fiend's grip goes off on him, he's dead. Because he'll never get the split off. There's enough control abilities coming out from EG that they can control him enough. You don't have to worry.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Push on top lane. I think the main reason behind it was to have a Brewmaster split. If it does get off, then the fight really changes. Arrows flying up, split, 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 split. Ooh, MSS. It's right behind it. If that managed to lash, those Familiars would have dropped down directly after him after they dished out a little bit of damage as well. Yeah. But I think the concept was Lifesteal will have more space because they focus on the Brewmaster. I feel that was the concept here. The downside is the Lifesteal doesn't have anywhere near enough net worth. Like, he's 3.8k and you get a 5.2k up on the Troll Warlord. And Vladimir's early, as to be expected. But he drops the Ring of Basilius behind him. He may want that for this fight. More than he wants that bottle. It's a Vladimir's offering. Yeah, okay, that's the reason why. He disassembled half of it so we could do the Vladimir's offering in. So now they're ready to fight here. Fortification going to be used. Miguel, a little bit too slow to the fight here, and Jay doesn't want to come in either. They might be able to, in fact, catch out Miguel. In fact, look at him run in. Now they realize, okay, raised up, Jayo's in trouble. He's already used sprint, so he's taking bonus damage right now, and the arrow comes in, and Jayo, oh, he just managed to go down. Now the Whirling Axe to fly. The Nova as well, Fog. He's going to consider the ultimate. He's going to be a little bit too close in. The Cogs have split this fight up very, very nicely for EG. The Lifesteal's already on the sidelines, but the Brewmaster got his split off. And Fog, they just want to get back in range of this tier 2 tower. The Earthstun will come. He'll go down right now, but Jayo also knows that sent up into the air, Brewmaster ultimate's now going to wear off, and Universe! He gets a 3-man cog! Wonderful! Now you see why EG puts faith in Universe on this hero, and the Fiend's grip just coming off cooldown. Controlling the Brewmaster up, and EG take almost a flawless fight. The Crystal Maiden went down, then she bought back. So Fogged, a little bit of a sacrificial lamb at the end point there, but they move in quickly for Roshan. The Vladimir's was at the perfect timing for it as well. JO will take up the initial part of the damage here, but MSS will take the lifesteal as well. Go switch into that melee form, but he'll get a lot of his life points back in. Yeah, there's your ulti. So you look for the bash timing and the amplified damage. It lets you go Roshan even earlier. And Sigma is on their way, but they're going to be too late. Look for the arrow to fly. Troll Warlord's already taking the Aegis. There's a Wraith Band on the deck, which you can also pick up. Now Bolakuri, get out of there. Familiars are on their way in. And now MSS spins it up. Miguel's in the middle of this fight. Jo, amplify damage over on Miguel. MSS, the Aegis will trigger, but Universe, he's in here again. The Cogs are in position. That's forcing Sigma to stay inside the pit. Pass, they're able to pick up the Clockwork here. But the Troll Warlord still firing it up. CM throws down the ulti while MSS just goes to town. MSS with a double kill. He's searching for more. They may just consider the LOA as the primary target. 10 stick charges here for Fear. He wants to take a little bit more damage before he uses another ability. And now, well, they want to get through that shield. You knew that damage was going to come. It's not going to be healthy for him. And familiar damage onto Fear, not making it also fun for him. Fader wants to leap, he can't do. He's got a point blank range arrow, but with the range axis and the clap, MSS is an ultra kill for him. He still wants to run himself away from this. There's Fear finally using his stick charge. He's going to TP out. Familiars, oh, he moved. He realized one of the drops was coming, and he just had to run. Universe still in the neighborhood as well, so no one's going to really be chasing this with a proper hero. So 13 to 8. That Troll is going to get massively fat. 505 now for him. 2,800 gold for the Troll Warlord. That could be BKB for the next fight if he really wants to have it. It could be the Shadowblade initiation.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Depends if EG want to take another fight. But Universe, man, someone give this guy a medal, an MVP award for this matchup. That 3-man cog just allowed EG to turn the fight underneath their tier 2 tower. The Sigma, like, you don't blame him for keep going. Oh, I shouldn't have praised you, Universe. 4-star? No, Clap from Brewmaster will kill him before he has a chance to do anything. Yeah, but that 3-man cog, he took it for the team. He did it well for the team as well. And then the secondary jump in. That positioning the cogs when EG went into the pit. Like, Sigma went into the pit. At every moment, you can understand why Sigma does it. Because they have Rage, they have Brewmaster Split, they have long-range arrows and escape mechanisms. They got birds up on the hills, and you got Abaddon throwing out shields as well as heal. So you know the reason why they feel they can keep pushing this out. And it's a legitimate reason too. They have been able to stand their ground during a lot of these fights. But EG, they're getting the lockout, and with the amplified damage as well, they're able to kill off these key heroes. And now, Fear's in trouble. He'll see him for a moment, arrows flying in, and Fear, but there's your jump in. They get the crush. Can they get a bash on this as well? Clockwork, try and jump in, hold Miguel, and the cogs go out. Fear will take a fall. Livesealer infested, and the range damage. You can see MSS switching into the range form. Now back into the melee with the whirling axes. They're trying to get rid of as many of these illusions as possible. The arrow, he's still up in the air. Arrow has no effect. Solar Summoner damage. Fear takes a lot from that. But he's still got Brain Set, but more importantly, he's got ulti available. He wants to get himself in range, and there's your crush from Jo. He's actually locked him in. They can't get out of here. The Fiend's grip is over on the Brewmaster. The cogs from the Clockwork going to push him back, and the CM dropping the ulti on Sigma's head. Again, another fantastic positional fight from EG, and Sigma getting so aggressive that they are caught out. That crush from Jo, the timing from his Blink Dagger. Wonderful. Absolutely superb from EG.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures.
And the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane is now going to take a fall as well. With the Fervor's going to help. Battle Trance. He's going to get Desolator first item. Wow, this is the Troll Warlord that wants map control. He wants murder on the dance floor. Desolator effect will go straight through the Lifesteal, and because of the attack speed too, it's going to come very, very quickly. Now the TP on top of the tower. That's the Clockwork. Look for the hook shot, and he gets it on the Abaddon. Cogs even pushing Miguel back, and they've got Abaddon. 4-star away. Soul Assumption damage will fly up there as well with a Medallion, but they've already forced Abaddon's ulti out, and with Jo jumping in as well, he gets a perfect little last hit of bash, and he ends a godlike streak. Nice little thing. Oh, for witnessing a godlike streak from Jo. He's going to get another one. Nope. Universe with a burst damage from the rocket will take a blink up. Oh, JO. He took the movement speed. He got a bash. Oh, the random generator gods. We can thank thee. And MSS, because remember with that Desolator, you burn through the towers quicker. EG, they take 2 kills, and it's just the supporters, but they already look for the extra tower. Creep Wave will tank up the arrow again. Fade unable to hit these arrows properly. And now with a fervor, poor tower. They won't push more than this. In fact, right now it should be a TP back. There's a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower on the top lane with EG's name written all over it. And you're already seeing a quick rotation up from JO. Blinks up. In fact, he's going to take the tower without the help. Tower's low enough on life points, and he's got another 2.2k gold here. BKB, critical item for him next. Troll Warlord, may even think about the same thing. This is a Troll Warlord that has 9 kills, 0 deaths, and 7 assists, 2,900. If they get a kill on him right now, he's worth, I believe, about 1,200 gold. Miguel's moving up as well. Fogged, he's farming up on the side. Miguel, smoke will wear off. Fogged, just going to TP out. There's no bash, there's no nothing in MSS. Get out of there, man. Clockwork's going to latch up. Look for the cogs. The arrow will hit as well, but they can't get close enough to attack on MSS until they leap in. And the clap from JO. Or clap from Soshko and the crush from JO. It's not enough. EG, they should have tried to save him. They should have just let him go. Because now they just lost 2 cores. And I said 1,300, it was 1,201. That's the goal that just went the way of Mirana for a 9-kill streak. And Fade will have a look for another one. Arrows down, Fear. Oh. Has a look, but there's a blink into a clap. Nightmares up quickly. He's toast. Brain Sap's up. Soul Assumption damage flies into, but Life still get the last hit. And now EG, their advantage they managed to gain of 10,000, almost 12,000 gold, is being thrown away by just some decisions to come in and save their teammates. And Sigma, all that power I was talking about they get from their lineup before, now is actually being effective. Universe, I know you kind of want to jump this man with a level 2 ultimate, but if you do this, you die. And in fact, they're now going to turn. They got Sentry Wars down. They know they're not visible doing this. Mirana ultimate's just meant to get Brewmaster in there for a clap. Vanguard will be the choice now from JO. Survivability after that death. Couldn't afford up the full BKB.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh god, even a DD rune, that can be denied up by familiars. Better to have that in the hands of nobody than in the hands of EG. You get a DD rune over on that troll. And he is going to go a BKB. TP down at the bottom lane. Kind of feeling almost at this point a Shadow Blade is still kind of worth it. Because with a Shadow Blade, you've at least got your options of doing split push without always getting caught out. Roshan respawn time not going to be far away, at least the countdown for that for the random time during the 3 minutes. We, of course, get the information here as spectators, knowing exactly when he will respawn. And that'll come in just a moment. Couple of familiars, but they run under it, so they're looking for kills here, EG. And rightly so. They have a lineup which is perfect for it, and yeah, it's going to be a very quick Roshan spawn now. But the familiars are already having a scout out for it. 20 seconds, and he comes up again. So just before the 23-minute mark, and Roshan will be available. Which means Clockwork should be scouting this out with a rocket as well. That's the job of Universe. But they're waiting to see who's going to come down. But then again, oh, look at this rotation. We've got 2, 3 smoked up. Mirana visible. Universe, the cogs go off. Crush up from JO. He's able to catch out 2. The Fiend's Grip is over on the Brewmaster in a very good position too, which means Brewmaster for the price of Slider. Troll Warlord still up here, and Universe going to get... Oh, it's not even bad. It is stunned up by Fader. They want to fight. Fogged in the tree line. His ulti's already been used here, and Fear, they have enough damage to pick up Miguel. No, they don't. Not when he infests in. Leap from Fader. They're trying to get him close enough to get that extra damage, and Fader does get the double kill. MSS trying to man-fight up against Miguel, but cannot do so anymore. The last one left alive is Fear. And he runs out the bottom. And if I only knew that Roshan's up right now, they'll be spitting chips. They went for the kill before they wanted to go for the Roshan. That was the goal right there. Because of it now, EG lose their second big fight in a row. And you're seeing Sigma get that advantage back up again. They take those killing sprees away. They take the bonus goal from getting the kills. And JO moves up to the top lane, so it's like, okay, well, they're not going in for Roshan just yet. And there's a full BKB coming up from the Mirana. Amplified damage will still have its effect. So will the Desolator. That's the reason why EG picked up those 2 items. And the pings are coming out. The familiars know that Roshan's up. So they know he's up and running. EG also know that the familiars will be watching them very, very closely. So that's another thing just to bear in mind. It's got to be a time to kill off Roshan. Yep, there's your Nova. EG, 100% aware that Roshan's up. Brewmaster. We don't have his Aghanims yet, do we? No, it's just a point booster for now. Other key items, which have we got? We've got Armlet. We don't have that Basher. That's why I said it was like the Arrow before. Miguel doesn't have a Bash ability. Speaking of Arrow, flying up, I'm going to get everything. BKB now 200 or so gold away for Universe. MSS, like he has his full BKB out in him. Courier flies in a little bit of smoke. So EG, again, they want to try and fight before Roshan. The Arrows continue to scout out from the Mirana. Clockwork latches him. Battery Assault, and Soshka, he's going to make the decision right now. And decision's too late. He needed to split the second that jump in happened. So now with the Brewmaster down, they've got no blinking and no ulti from him. If the birds showed themselves, it'll just be MSS switching to range form and doing 1 or 2 attacks, and they'll pick him off. And they can use the Nova to scout out for him as well. But they need to trigger the Lincolns and then amplify up. So level 2 amplify as well. So remember, it's 15 armor reduction coming out for Roshan right now. 19 in total because you had the Desolator. That's what I'm talking about. With the Nova, the Rockets, they're just scouting out the familiar burst. They can't really do much. So Aegis Immortal and Roshan will go the way of EG. 1 pick-off, and they get themselves back in this game, EG. I do say back in this game. You see that advantage late they lost. They needed something. The Aegis Immortal is one of those somethings. Protecting your big DPS, the Troll Warlord. Which means now Sigma have to focus on Jo at the start of these fights. Which is not going to be the target they really want to focus on. They want that Troll Warlord dead. Get rid of 1, the Vladimir's offering, but 2, that negative armor he's pumping out through the Desolator. Now the attack speed that he's pumping out too. And then they got their other problem, which still Fear. He's managed to get these Fiends gripped off at the right time. Didn't have to use in the bottom lane, which I think is even like more key for EG. The fact that Brewmaster went down just because CM and like the rest of EG was able to hold him in position long enough and do the damage in that short period of time. So now EG are going to make their move. Run on down, look for a kill. And they're going to find one. Elway's out too far. I'll have to wait for his ulti to trigger after this like initial hit. Way! Too far there, Universe. But Fear will be here. Nightmares him up. Actually saves him from the range axes. Then push the shield up. Wow. Wow. That was just, yeah. Things not working quite right for EG. Everyone's backing themselves off here in the Arrow fly up. And it's looking for Fear. It's going to be a little bit too short. Fear's a little bit too fast. Fogged. Deciding that he can solo up this top lane. Yeah, wise maneuver, jumps out of here. There's no bash up as well on Miguel. He does really need this, and what's coming out in the courier is a TP scroll. He really needs to have a bash up on him. Crystal Maiden went all the way back to base as well. And we're going in for another kill. Universe scouts with a rocket, and he'll look for a latch. Fade's already moving out here. Look at Brewmaster. Another arrow flies up. It'll come through the tree line. It doesn't even reach past the tree line. But MSS quite willingly showing himself in this bottom lane. Soshka is... Oh, he jumps in. MSS almost got that attack off on him. Universe is still waiting for the jump. There's more support coming in too. Jo walked underneath the clockwork. He jumped. He hit Miguel. Then 4 staffs away. They'll evade the arrow and they baited out the rage from Miguel. The more important thing. And then Jo jumps in. He actually infests into the Brewmaster and then Brewmaster splits. The Infest remains on the Earth Brewling at this time, but he'll jump out to do the damage out to MSS. Another crush from Jo. It doesn't affect the Brewlings and MSS. The Aegis Immortal will trigger. Universe, BKB will pop. He doesn't even get his cogs off right now. Visage will get the kill out in him, but MSS, BKB of his will now pop. He's still got his whirling axes, waiting for the right time. The crush, it hits on Abaddon. Abaddon's still got his ulti somehow throughout this entire fight, while Crystal Maiden fogged. That's a huge bit of damage. Lifestealer got completely controlled up by that one. Abaddon nightmared up and just said, just wait until we finish with the rest of your teammates, because they are doing so. It's a triple kill for Fear right now. Abaddon's away to safety. Arrow flew in as well just to help him out. But then you see the power of MSS as he came back up again. He waited as long as he possibly could to get the most effective axes off as well. And Fear's control to stop that LOA from giving shields, from giving life. Mean that he goes down. The cores from Sigma take a fall. Fortification has to be used to defend the tier 2 tower here. And Fader might be back alive again as well, but yeah, life be hard. No buybacks from either side for that. But the Aegis did have to be expected by EG. They lost their slider again, which means his next key items are a little bit off. But at the same time, MSS, he's got 2,700 gold now. So we can look into his next big damage shielding army. He's already got a Desolator. Monkey King Bar may be the option right now. The bash coming out from the Lifestealer. It could be, it'd probably just be a Demon Edge here, but we can't know if it's going to be a Daedalus or if it's going to be a Monkey King Bar. Depends on if MSS wants to get kills instantly. I'm kind of feeling the Monkey. Yeah, it's still going to be a Demon Edge. No matter what happened there, it was going to be Demon Edge. He'll make his decision later on. Mirana is nowhere near a Butterfly, so doesn't really need it for her. The only issue is probably the Brewmaster with the Drunken Haze. That's going to be, yeah. Missed chance of 55%. Might be hard. Oh. Familiars, as well as Visage, just farming up. On the safe part of it, too. Safest way you could possibly farm. Fader. Okay, now he's going straight into damage. I think he's had enough of something. Either that's a Daedalus or that's a Monkey King Bar. Either way, they both work. We're not getting a Butterfly maneuver coming out from any hero on EG. So I'll feel Daedalus and is focused directly towards both Bane and Crystal Maiden. Get rid of those supports. They're the ones that are making it possible for EG to really fight here. So with Fear surviving to the very, very end, you've got that high level of control. We got, oh wow, that's actually giving me a quick spawn time again. Again within the minute time. And Assault Cuirass going to be JO's choice here. So we get AC for one, and we get damage for the other. No hard out from either of them at this point of the game. We could see, like, MSS already got the lifesteal, so he's kind of okay with this. Arrows from Mirana again having a little bit of a looky. Observer wards from both the Radiant side and the Dire side again, a timeout over on that rune. But there's a lot of support in this bottom lane. Universe shows himself down here on the bottom. Remember, it is nighttime though, so the vision is restricted for both these teams. Okay. That was a guess dust. They're going to blink, crush, need the Fiend Script, force off him in. Universe making sure his captain's there in range. And again, the Brewmaster getting caught out. And again, no buyback available. He's short by 350 gold. In fact, not a single person on this map right now has a possibility of buyback. And Jared quite happy to tank up the tower. He'll get the last hit that's going to go towards the AC fund. Miguel's going to come back to base right now. Because this is that question. Does EG want to go high ground? They've got a 30-second window here. We hit daytime as well, so Vid's going to get a little bit better here. But with MSS, he's still got his battle trance available, and there's no fortification available for Sigma. And invis or not, well, I suppose that shield's able to get rid of the amplifier. So they can't easily see inside the base. And EG's got a, well, actually no, the tier 2 towers are still fine. I think they just might be questioning the timing of Roshan. I guess another minute and 20 seconds before it's got a possibility of respawning. They're going to back themselves up a little bit more. There's our basher we were finally searching for over on the Lifestealer. Miguel's been working towards that. He had most of it already. And now he does finish it. He's going to need some real luck on those bash. He doesn't have the Abyssal Blade. So he doesn't have the straight-up lockdown, the confirmed lockdown every single time. But Sigma is making their way out. They want kills. They want blood. Observer wards, well, that's only from the Radiant side up on the high ground. And all of Sigma go into the EG's base. And with no one appearing in any of the lanes, it's a very questionable move. Because EG knows that they're all probably going to be grouped up somewhere. MSS hiding on top of his own tower, in fact, right now. While on the bottom lane, Universe still not sure about the bottom. And now, yeah, they show themselves up on the top. So Universe, he should push out this bottom lane as far as he possibly can before he TP's back. But it's depending if EG want to defend this tier 2 tower or not. If they want to defend it, then we're looking at TPs. But that also means that MSS has to move up and Fogged has to move up right now. But with Roshan spawning up in 30 seconds time from now, there's a dangerous period to go. They look at Familiars in the middle. Range, yeah, I can't reach it. Aghanim Scepter's in for Visage, and he has actually done the resummon straight away. But Universe's pressure on this bottom. Now, where's your rocket to scout out for Roshan? He spawns up in about 5-10 seconds. So they need this timing right. This is the reason why Clockwork is one of like the most favored. It's not just because they've changed the offlane, the way it works, but it's because the rocket scout instantly lets you know what's happening with Roshan. Notice two of these illusions are pulling in. Yeah, okay. So rocket spam and Roshan's up. They know it. It's quick. They also know there's a fake little brewy in here. So they're going to pick him off as well. But this is Aegis and Cheese. So now they've cleaned up the pit. The Ryan's going to have to fire out a searching arrow because they know, Sigma knows how fast Roshan can go down. The rocket flies up and they see 4 of them moving in. EG want to fight him and they want him to be here in this choke point. This is the box of death that EG want to draw up. Universe, of course, can make a literal box out of cogs. Keeps the rockets flying out. They know there's a little Bruling, scouting it out, and let the standoff begin. Well, then again, standoff or not, Sigma's going to push out the tower. So Fogged, just quick range axes as well as a Nova. They're going to lose this tier 2 tower in the mid. Arrow's going to fly up and MSS. You can see him looking for the denial there. Cannot get it. Universe still a little bit further back, but the familiars are blocking his path. They could space him out a little bit more, like bomb, bomb, bomb. That way Universe getting a latch is a lot harder. But you can see Visage at all times keeping this familiars between himself as well as the Clockwork. But you can use the familiars to save the rest of your teammates. Oh, J-Ho! Oh! MSS BKB has to pop. J-Ho wants to jump. Clockwork will. The Rage already used by Miguel. He infests away. Moving himself away from that Desolator effect. But look at the Brewmaster! That Fiend script from Fear with his own BKB. Oh, you don't even care about that. Abaddon. Nightmare has to remain. Now they focus over towards Pass. Familiar Stomp. It actually gets 4 men caught out in that one. Buying time for the Soul Assumption damage to go the way of the Clockwork. There's still enfeeble damage coming up, but Slaughter losing his life. They need to get rid of this damn Abaddon. His ulti will trigger and Fox giving his life back while Fader a little bit further away. MSS, he can't decide who to kill. He's got supports and he's got carries and he can't get either. 4 staffed away. He's going to have to buy back from this one. The arrow will fly up and he is toast. Tree line, he's got him. Soul Assumption damage. Does it. And then Fear is back to his tier 3 tower. And this is now, let's go for Roshan. And that's why I'm like, this buyback's got to come from Troll Warlord. Or do they accept the fact of fighting up against an Aegis as well as a Cheese? They trigger the Lincolns. Miguel, with armlet toggling, he's got more than enough life points, he can survive this. In fact, just look at him leech it out, it's fine for him. And that's Roshan. EG will accept it that it's gone. Which means Cheese will go the way of Fader. Well, actually, Fader will take the Aegis and Miguel will take the Cheese. Rocket comes in too late. Universe possibly could have gone for a Wonder Hook. But, yeah. Too late for him. Marana also. I'm kind of waiting for this Clockwork Rocket to get the armlet toggling. Makes chances are minimal, though.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Universe just goes up to farming. Looks like he's trying to build into a Shiva's Guard. Slaughter, how's he going for that AC? He's still only got the Hyperstone right now. He needs so much more than this. Visage will pick up Vladimir's offering for both the Brewmaster as well as for the Lifestealer. And Troll does go the Monkey King bar. So we get the true hit out from him. So now do we really, like, you get Aegis and Cheese in the hands of Sigma for a lineup that knows they can fight and wants to fight. They have all ultis up and running. They have now an Aghanim's up on Brewmaster. This should be a smoke movement to kill. Do we have smoke up on Courier? Supports? Pass? Nope. No smoke on anybody. They just have to move like men. But Universe, already been manly enough for everybody. MSS continues to farm. Maybe hoping to have his buyback money. Flare. Universe may be in the same situation as well. But that buyback, yeah, it's only available for CM, Visage, and the Lifestealer. Which, funnily enough, 2 on Sigma, 1 on EG. Let's start with a plate mail. He is really, okay, so they're just committing to get Slaughter as AC before they fight again. I can agree with that. Bottom lane, big push coming out though. They won't have the time to do this. Lifestealer, in fact, in just a couple moments' time, probably even look to pick up his own AC. We've got a big ass push coming on. We're going to jump back. It's Fader. Leap up. They want for kill an MSS. Goes into the whirling axe, then TP out. Mischamp, but the bash happened. That was almost an instant bash. In fact, I think I was an instant bash out from Miguel. Takes the 362 gold. That's, yeah. Go buy your AC, Miguel. Or finish up your... Oh, that's actually probably what it's going to do. Get that straight up Abyssal Blade for him. Bottom lane is where they are going to be pushing as well, so Sigma pressuring EG back. And there's your Abyssal Blade. Fully purchased now. They got a guaranteed stun during the fights. Straight through the BKB now. And some good DPS coming out from that Lifestealer as well. Arrow's going to have another scout. Pings already came out, saying make sure you're clear of it. Universe, Cogs, force-staffing himself away as opposed to cutting back out again. Slider's AC's up. Okay, so EG won't feel as bad about fighting this one. The downside is they don't have their troll for another 21 seconds. And without that troll, they're going to lose parts of their base here. Jayo's going to start the Amplify, but the shield just breaks it off. Arrow, oh, Fear! Oh, that's problematic. Jayo got a very good crush. It keeps the Lifestealer as well as the Brewmaster away. Brewmaster jumps up, and then your Cogs! They managed to catch out again the Abaddon, as well as Mirana caught in here. The Fiend's grips over from Miguel. They've got to kill off the Lifestealer. They got him! Jayo won't get out to safety, but the Troll Warlord's now back up again. He's running out the fight. The Brewmaster split's already happened. At this point, Sigma's only map control they've managed to claim is that tier 3 tower, and maybe soon the melee racks. With MSS alive, CM will buy back in to fight this one too. They've lost their melee. MSS just trying to keep his distance. Keep him out. With familiar birds, and that was what he was waiting for. Brewmaster jump in, he has to pop the BKB. Turns around, just wants a couple of these familiars dead. They'll resummon for pass. No, he's already done it. The bottom racks is gone. So EG lose a bottom racks. That really could have actually been a hell of a lot worse for them. They only just managed to win that fight up against the Lifestealer. And he never even used his cheese. Oh, wow, they're going to really? Arrow flies. They're going to go in for a tier 3 tower in the mid. Slider's still dead for another 11 seconds, and the fortification's still down for another 23. So Fear's going to Nightmare up Brewmaster, but Familiars can... Familiars can take it off and not be affected. Kind of wish these Familiars were a little bit more fragile. There's your Lifesteal from MSS. Waiting for that helm of the Donna. Clockwork. Latch. Caught one. Brewmaster with no split. Drunken Haze or not, the battery assault stopping Brewmaster from really doing anything else. And Jayo jumps to the other side of the Cogs. Woohoo! That's a big bash. So now there's a 60-second window. Brewmaster, buyback. He's short by 118. The bottom lane is pushing. This is problematic. But EG also know they have 5 players up and running. They have a cheesed up Lifestealer. But the Aegis is still there as well on Fader. They've got both the Roshan perks. But they're still going to try and bring down this mid tower. Fortification has not been used by Sigma, and they'll have to use it in a moment. Yep, they wait for the battle trains to go. Pull the creep wave aggro down. Arrows flying up. Looks for a hit. Oh, only just managed to miss there on Fogged. Fear still with that Fiend script available for him. And EG, 18-second window now. It's getting smaller. Crush gets on 2. They've got to get this kill on Fader. And our Universe, he managed to catch the Abaddon out. He's battery assaulting him, which means that he couldn't get the shield off in time. Slider still has managed to go down. CM drops the ultimate, and I think, holy Hannah! Good damage coming out from Fader. He's even got evasion to his side right now with a talisman on him. Fear will lose his life, and I think that was the attempted to GG push right there. Troll Warlord and Clock will go back. They've still got ulti up for the Clockwork. But they're up against 5 players from Sigma. And no way to bring their Slider back to life again. And they're still going up. Well, at least the cheese was used. And the Aegis is gone. But Fader and the rest of the crew will come up mid. Arrow, 5 seconds on Clockwork. That's a GG arrow right there. And that'll be the tier 3 tower to go, as well as the melee racks. And that'll be GG to come out. Yeah, you see him move in for it. The GG call will come from EG, so EG, they will find themselves losing up against Sigma here in this best of 3. It did, of course, go to 3 at this point of the game. No, they're going to still fight inside the base. Yep. No full-out GG call just yet. But the fortress is almost open for killing.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But this will now mean that Sigma go 2 victories with no losses. They will sit at the top of Group 1, feeling very, very comfortable with themselves. Soul Assumption damage, just keep going. Fogged one last Nova. Didn't die from the end of that one. But yes, it is 2-0 going the way of Sigma. Remaining one of the last 2 undefeated teams. Alliance being the other one who have just only played one of their games and had their victory going out 2-0 up against virtus.pro. But EG, first game, first loss for them. I'll be feeling a little bit down about this one. I'm going to double check and see if we have an EG interview or not coming up in just a couple moments' time. So stay tuned, peoples, and maybe we will have something else a little bit special here as we grab an EG player. If not, thanks for watching, peoples. You can follow me over on TobiWan Dota. Make sure you do so, Facebook as well as Twitter, and let you know when I'm casting and where I'm casting too. I'm just hopping around live streams these days as I just do the Dota 2 Champions League right here, and I do all my other stuff in other places. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. We'll be back, hopefully, in a little bit with the player from EG.